Okay, I hope you see this piece of paper in front of you. It says bless and curse not. And what I see is I hear a lot of people cursing, and they curse as if it's like just a regular word. They curse as if it's like eating a bowl of cereal is easy. You know what I mean? This is easy work to them. Like they curse like so. What's the word I want to use? They curse so smoothly. I mean, there is no hesitation in that cursing, but yet this is the words of Jesus Christ. He says, "Bless and curse not." Now, there's different ways one could curse, but right now I just want to talk about this way of cursing. Um, it's the type of words that come out of our mouth. So I'm gonna go through some passages to just give you an idea of what holy men think about cursing. I'm gonna start with Psalms Psalms 39:1. Matter of fact, Psalms 36:3. I'm gonna start with Psalms 36:3. The words the words of his mouth are wickedness and deceit. He has ceased to be wise and to do good. So that's just one passage. Cursing can affect the way you behave. I hope you caught that there. There's a connection there. The words of his mouth are wickedness and deceit. He has ceased to be wise and to do good. So just consider that when people are using curse words, that says something about what they're lacking and how they live. It's see the it's not just those who are the hearers of the word that will be blessed, but those who are the doers of the word that will be blessed. So there's a connection between those who do and are blessed and those who do not and are not blessed. All right? Only the doers of the word. And blessing and not cursing is part of being a doer of the word. There are several other passages. I might have to skip over some of these just for the sake of time. Psalms. See, what is this? Psalms 39:1. It says, "This is to the chief musician, to the chief musician, to Jeduthun, a psalm of David." So this is King David. This is what he wrote. "I said, I will guard my ways so that I not sin with my tongue. I will restrain my mouth with a muzzle while the wicked are before me." You see, if he sins with his mouth while the wicked is before him, now people can blaspheme God because they're saying this man of God can't even restrain his own tongue. And I'm gonna get to that in James. All these things are understood by the Spirit of God, and it is, we show ourselves as the image of God by imitating God as children, by being led by the Spirit of God. Those who are led by the Spirit of God are called the sons of God. So just understand that. I'm going to skip over. I'm going to skip over to the New Testament, actually. I was going to read a lot more, but I'm going to slow down here. That's too much. Go to Romans. Maybe Romans is a good chapter. Because, the way these men write about these things, we really ought to take heed to, because if we don't, we end up falling away and becoming a poor witness to others. We want to be a witness of Jesus Christ. we don't want to be a poor witness of Jesus Christ. We want to win people over, but not only win people over, but make good disciples. Not make people who are who have mouths that are just full of cursing. Now check this out. This is Romans 3:13 through 14. It says, talking about the Jews and the Greeks are all condemned under sin. This is a part of one of these verses. It says, their throat is an open tomb. With their tongues they have practiced deceit. The poison of asps is under their lips. It says, whose mouth is full of cursing and bitterness. Now check this out. The word asp means poisonous snake. It means a venomous snake. Right, so it's a poison. The poison of venomous snakes is under their lips. So when you cursing, you actually speaking like a venomous snake. You get that? Like, you practicing deceit. If someone wants to see you and say, oh, okay, this person is a Christian, and they hear you talking like that, you're deceiving them into thinking that is how you be a Christian. But honestly, a lot of people would love to have God lower his standard in Christ. They would love to see Jesus Christ as just one of them, when really they need to be like one of him. That is, they ought to be like the divine child of God, Jesus Christ, not the other way around. Not the other way around. Okay, so I'm gonna go to James. This is further back in the New Testament. Check out what James says in 126. Here in the Epistle of James, it says, if anyone among you thinks he is religious and does not bridle his tongue, but deceives his own heart, this one's religion is useless. You hear that? Your religion is useless. See, people speak down about religion. Ain't nothing wrong with being religious. I'm a religious person. James is not putting down any religion in Christ, but he's saying that if anyone among you, talking about us Christians, thinks that he is religious and does not bridle his own tongue but deceives his own heart, this one's religion is useless. You get what I'm saying here? It's a big thing to be a blasphemous person. And that's what this is. So learn how to bridle your tongue. Also, this is probably gonna be a continuing thing. Hopefully, if I get to make more videos, you'll be able to hear more of this. Look at society. I'm kind of actually fascinated with unbelievers who are actually setting policies in such a way that it almost seems like it's taken from the Bible, although they probably know nothing about the Bible. But what they do know is that there's a Christian influence in this country which is very strong. And cursing isn't something that is necessarily applauded in the workplace. Let's just say that. Right? It's called rude language. In fact, even when unbelievers are raising their children, they even try not to curse around their kids and tell people not to curse around their kids. And then they also tell their children not to curse. Now, why do you tell a kid not to curse if it's not evil to curse? If it's good to curse, if it's okay, if that's actually something that should be acceptable, then why not allow a kid to curse, no matter what age they are? But instead, people watch their language around kids. For the most part, many people don't curse around their children. So anyway, that's just something for you all to keep in mind, is that not only are these words written in the Holy Scriptures, but there are people who actually act this way and don't even consider why they act this way. Well, they're acting that way, honestly, no matter what the influence is, because you don't have to act according to the influence. There's much influences of fornication around where I live, and I don't act like a fornicator. So, you know, I don't have to give in to the influences around me. We're not just simply a sponge. We have to learn how to discern what is good and what is evil. For those atheists out there, I really hope they get a hold of this. But we recognize what a blessing and a cursing is, what good and evil is, because we've been made in the image of God.